Hello.
Hi. Welcome back to Addicted to Pixels. This is going to be our sort of gaming podcast thing. It's going to be called Gaming Thrills.
It's a podcast stroke vidcast.
Well, yeah, I mean, basically we're thinking of making this into an audio format and uploading it at a later date as an audio file so you can listen to it in the gym, which is what everybody wants.
No.
To us in the gym.
Not in the gym. That's a dangerous place.
Why?
What if someone's doing
that
bench press listening to us, falls asleep because they're so bored, and garrots themselves?
So, imagine that in the news. Fucking gaming podcasters kill local gym goers through boredom. On the treadmill.
We wouldn't be in good standing on our YouTube channel either.
No,
I think it'd flag up a lot of red lights.
Okay.
So, I'm Bugsy, by the way.
BobbyLongshore. We've made Twitter account. So, what is yours?
I am Pixel Bugsy. Bugsy Pixel. Pixel Bugsy.
Pixel Bugsy. I am Bobby Pixel. So
had to confuse them. Was it Pixel Bugsy or Bobby Pixel?
Yeah. Well, it's gonna come up there. It should come up there around now-ish. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So
how should we start this? Should we just a little bit about ourselves? I know we've done it.
Yeah.
But maybe a little bit more in depth.
Okay.
You go.
Okay, I'll go. Right.
So, how did you get into gaming?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Through the
Bobbyland.
No, it's fine. It's okay. So basically,
I actually like being in Bobbyland.
It's
on a gaming level.
It's a magical place.
It is.
Well, I was gonna say the thing that really got me into gaming was probably Pokemon on the fat Game Boy. That was when I first put hours and hours into a game.
Right, okay.
Because I remember when I first got introduced to the PS1, I wasn't really that impressed. I was like, it's great, it's a game.
What games did you have on there that kind of...
Tomb Raider and some shitty football game. I think that's the reason why I don't watch football. That game scarred me. Like, you could literally, you could only move. Like, instead of, like, turning like that, you'd be run. Like, it was horrible.
You were a man ahead of your time.
Exactly.
I
started.
This isn't how graphics should be.
No, it was horrible. It's like, where are the animations? Where are the new dribble physics that they keep going on about every E3? Like, yeah, so... And Tomb Raider. So, Tomb Raider, I thought... But it was too hard. Maybe because I was shit. And I didn't really like it. I didn't understand.
Well, the mechanics on that was...
It scared the shit out of me. You know, the first time when you go into that cave and your dad gets eaten by wolves, and I'm like, this is too much. I'm so young. Why is he getting... Yeah, anyway.
How old were you, by the way, back then?
I was quite young. I reckon I was around 8.
Playing Tomb Raider.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. And then I went round... But then, funny enough, I went round to my older cousin's house, and he had... Well, no, as I said, I went back to the Game Boy, enjoyed that. But then, wasn't really into games. It was just that one game, Pokemon, I rinsed, right? And then I went around to my cousin's house, and he had a PS1. And he was like, Paul, do you want to see this game? And I was like, what game is it?
What was the game to show your friends, to show off on your console?
He was playing Resident Evil.
Oh, wow.
2.
And all right.
I was like, this is amazing.
That's kind of... That was a game... 2 games in one, wasn't it?
No, Resident Evil 2 was just the
No, couldn't you play as...
Oh, yeah, you could play as 2 different... Yeah, and I was like, what is this magic you're showing me? I was like, fucking zombies. It scared the shit out of me. I was like, I'm going to have to play
Did you play Resident Evil 1? Had you played that, or was this your first introduction?
I had never, ever been introduced to the Resident Evil. But I remember always used to go around to my cousins and we would play like Tekken a lot because he had Tekken.
You could have hours and hours and hours.
Hours of Tekken.
And then you could stop playing Tekken and play real life Tekken.
Yeah, exactly. Just kick the crap out of each other. He was a lot older than me, so he always won. So Tekken, Resident Evil, and then but PS1 era, Crash Bandicoot a lot, Naughty Dog. They're gonna have one of those levels in in Crash Bandicoot where you walk up to like a dog and he goes and then jumps on it and you've got to run away from a boulder. I want them to do that with Sully and Drake. Drake just goes, jumps on Sully. Come on, Nate.
We're in Bobbyland.
Nate. Like, do you get me? That'll be good. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot was one of my things. And then after that, PS2 came along.
Yep.
The wrestling games. I'm a
you're into
I'm
them
a very oriented couch co-op guy because the best gaming experiences I've had are couch co-ops.
Well, again, back in that was game back then.
Yeah.
Didn't have the
wrestling games, fantastic.
You like them?
Absolutely fantastic. This was on the PS2.
Did you venture into kind of like any like RPGs, like, you know?
I never really got into RPGs. This is the weird thing. I got into RPGs, right?
Can we call them JRPGs? Because back in the days, it was more Japanese RPGs.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I mean, funny enough, when around the time of the end of the PS2 cycle, when the PS3 was coming out, I bought a gaming PC. Because everybody kept telling me, oh no, gaming PCs are better, and fucking demons, they're so much better, and blah, blah, blah. And I spent quite a bit of money on a lot of money for me back then on a gaming PC. I mean, so I bought a gaming PC, and the first game I played on that gaming PC...
Go on then, hit me. Football Manager. No.
Football Manager 2 was Oblivion. And I fell in love. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I just played it, and then I was like, right. And from then forth, I never really... somebody else in my household had an Xbox 360, so I was playing...
Also came out on the 360 as well, Oblivion.
Yeah, it did, but that's what I played it on PC. And then after... I went downstairs and I thought, let me see these fucking next-gen consoles. And I saw Gears of War and I was like, oh my God, it's so much better than my PC. I was like, I was playing it and my graphics cards were probably overheating in the background, blowing up. Like, have you seen these graphics? They're like,
great.
You're fucking shit. 760 GT. Yeah, anyway. And then... But I still stuck with my PC during that period. I might have upgraded it as well. I was like, no, I can't upgrade. And then I stuck with my PC. PS3 come out. I was still dabbling between Xbox 360 and thing. Because I'm a co-op multiplayer guy. I never really had the reason to buy a console because every time I went round to my mate's house, he had it. So we'll play Rainbow Six Vegas, co-op, everything. Yeah, so... And now I'm sort of... PS3 came and went. I sort of got more into the PS3 exclusives when they started to get really good. Yeah, Uncharted, Last of Us, and now PS4 has come out, and I haven't purchased one because there's not really much of a compelling reason to.
Well, when you've got games like, you know, Batman coming out on the PC.
Oh yeah. Fucking arsehole. Fine. No. It was cinematic. the 20 frames per second is cinematic.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. So like, it's fine. I mean, more on PC later on. But how did you get into games? Like, why do you love games?
I've got to go back into the recesses of my mind here. Yeah. I probably, if I've got to think of my first gaming experience, that was when I was about 7-8 years old.
Yep.
And there was a shop called Tandy back in the days. It was like your PC World or whatever.
Yeah.
And they had these little LCD handheld games.
Yeah.
And I saved up all my pocket money and I bought this game called Moles. And what it was, you were just a kind of a man with two sledgehammers, one in each hand, and you've got to move left, right on your screen and just whack the ground where the moles would come out from. And it was just, however...
Isn't that just whack-a-mole?
Yeah, it was.
Is this digital?
It probably was.
Okay.
And it was kind of like a horde mode, because every level, they got faster and more. And it was trying to get your, you know, the highest score. So that was how I first thought, right, you know, I love these things called games, you know what I mean? You know, it was a little LCD thing. It was, wow. And then... Again, I remember for Christmas, my mum and dad bought me and my brother the grandstand game. And that was, remember, tennis, you would play, football, you would play, badminton,
so
you would play...
what was it, Pong?
Yeah. There you go. But that was like the next entry into... That was probably my first console, you could say. And then after that was... We went to, well, my brother went to like a computer expo exhibition kind of thing, and he bought something called a Texas Instruments TI-994A. And I remember I would go, he bought this computer and it was basically a hunk of shit.
That's what I'm going to name my child.
Texas Instruments.
TT4A, yeah.
But I would go out and buy like Computer Monthly or Computer Weekly.
Yeah.
And in that magazine, it would have programs you could write, you know, on the specific console you had. It could have been an Atari was out back in them days as well.
Wow.
And you'd write these little programs. And I remember I wrote my first program on it, and it was snakes.
No.
But
Are you telling me you invented snakes?
no. This
I
program
was gonna say.
allowed you to, you know, set
Code
up,
your own.
code snakes, and it went on from there. And then, the next thing would have
Fucking
been
hell, you go back to gaming roots.
kind of.
I'm fucking
I
talking
feel
about
bad now.
PS1 and fucking...
I ain't got there yet.
Yeah,
I ain't got there
yeah.
yet. Then we went on to, you had the Atari 400, Atari 800. You had the VIC 20, the Commodore 64. BBC Nimbus, but that was fucking load of shit. I mean, I remember them big clunky things in our computer lessons at school as well. But it went on from that, them kind of consoles, you could say. And then, I think my cousin introduced me to the PlayStation 1. And the go-to games I remember that released on that platform was Wipeout.
Yep.
And it was Tekken. I'm sure it was Tekken.
Tekken was amazing.
Wipeout was amazing. We
Having
were
said that,
playing.
you did have Street Fighter before that.
But this was the games we had. I remember Wipeout. We would be like that.
Yeah.
You know, literally moving
People
with.
still do that now.
But can you imagine that was your first experience? It just blew me away, and ever since then, I don't know why I stayed PlayStation centric, because I did have a 360. I had to buy a 360 Elite once. The 360 red ringed on me after about a year.
It red ringed on everyone.
And I kind of not got caught up in the fanboyism of, console fanboys, but,
But Xbox sucks and PlayStation
well,
rules.
like you as well, I like the games. I like to play on both platforms. I want to play all the games, but I was drawn to what Sony was offering on their platform because, again, I like my JRPGs, you could say, on a PlayStation. Final Fantasy VII for me, probably over 100 hours, maybe like 108 hours, and I cried in one scene. Everyone knows the scene that I'm going to talk about. I cried because the battle before was so epic, and it took, I like turn-based as well. Everyone was kind of like against that, the turn-based battle system. I loved it. That was my first.
Well, that's what Pokemon was.
Well,
Pokemon is turn-based. It's all turn-based.
Why can't they make more RPGs that kind of
Well,
like?
they have, but they're just
JRPGs.
so fucking confusing.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't know why Nintendo don't do a massive, good graphics Pokemon game turn-based. It will sell millions.
Listen, look, what you have for Nintendo and what Nintendo have in their mind are two ends of the spectrum. Nintendo are like in a world of their own. They're not in Bobby world.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was me. So I guess that was kind of in-depth-ish, would you say?
That was quite in-depth. So, right, so the next topic. Topic number 2.
I'm going to pretend to drink out of my empty coffee cup.
Yeah, we really should have filled these up. Fuck it.
I tell you what, we're going to have to get one of these little coffee percolator things.
We do. Can't we make it come out of this guy's head? Like just out of the
I'll
mouth?
tell you what, we should
be
get
amazing.
one of your friends, see if they could design that for us.
Or put it in this. Right, so topic number 2. Fallout 3.
Fallout 3 and Fallout 4.
No, Fallout 4, sorry.
Right,
Fallout 4.
I can talk about Fallout 3 because I love that game.
So, I have not played Fallout 3.
Okay.
I said this on one of the other videos. I have not played Fallout 4. I have seen people play Fallout 4. I've looked at reviews for Fallout 4. But my question is, what do you, sir, someone who's been playing Fallout 4, think of Fallout 4? 3, 4, 4, 3.
Well, I'm glad you say that, because when I think of Fallout 4, it does, Fallout 3A or 3.1 comes into mind. They're very similar.
Yeah.
But because I love them games, I mean, at the moment, Fallout 4, I've only put in about 12 hours, 13 hours into it.
Is that it?
Right. Well, here we go. I'm not even finished handing my first mission in. I've got these. There's no spoilers in this. Everyone, you do this first thing, right? But I was given a mission, right? So I went off on my merry way, and I'm finding it does what Fallout does so best. You see,
Distract you.
yes, you see. Oh, there's a house over there, and it looks like I can enter it. I'm going to see what goodies I can get. And I'm very OCD like that. If I'll pick up a fucking coffee cup.
Okay.
I keep having to go at myself. Stop picking up shit, because every half hour it's like you can't move. You're in
this one.
That's why I'm collecting them.
I don't know where he fucking puts them all. I don't think he carries a bag.
This is what Fallout does for me. It distracts me. You're in this world again on your own. I like single player campaign.
Yeah,
things.
The comparison I'm gonna make, because I haven't played.
Go for it.
I haven't played Fallout 3 or Fallout 4. When comparing it to Skyrim and Oblivion, I noticed the thing about Oblivion and Skyrim is the side quests were a lot more interesting than the main mission. Are you finding that so far with Fallout 4?
Well, totally agree, yes, because I went into a house looking to just loot it, and I find a little note there, which basically
there's a massive gun over there.
It leads me to a terminal, which I listen to. They've got a kind of diary, and it's about these two gentlemen trying to hold out in this house against some raiders, and it kind of starts plotting you around, and you find out what happens to them. That's what I mean. Bethesda. That's all I can say.
Okay, now, if you never liked Fallout 3, would you like this?
Say that. Blasphemy.
Yeah, I know. Would you like this?
Yes.
So if you never liked Fallout 3, you would like Fallout 4?
Look, if you never... The thing is,
because
why wouldn't someone like Fallout 3? Because
if they just don't like the world.
Then, all right, then they're not going to like Fallout 4.
Yeah, okay.
If that's the underlying... If it was for, they didn't like it for maybe, the shooting mechanics, right? It's got better.
Ah, okay.
It's got better.
Because I remember I was not a fan of VATS.
Don't say that.
I was not a fan of VATS.
When you're as shit as me, I'm a fan of VATS.
I always wanted VATS, right, to be...
VATS!
Yeah, I always wanted to be, like, with VATS, I thought, right, let me scan this enemy, find his weak point, then go back to the game and let me shoot that weak point. So that was just the Simpsons. That was just the thing to find the weak point. I didn't like shooting through VATS. I wanted to aim and shoot myself. I don't mind VATS showing me the weak point and then taking me back and being like, right, now I've got to aim for the head, because I've seen in VATS that is his critical point. Normally always is the fucking head. But, like most people can't survive without their head, funny enough. Unless you're talking about Dead Space, where they get stronger. But anyway, it's just like... Yeah, so, as I said, so VATS was never my thing. But now, has you saying shooting has gotten better without VATS?
Yeah, I mean, from what I can remember, hours and hours and hours and hours of shouting, at the screen, because the shooting, I didn't know... Where I thought I was shooting at the fucking enemy, it was like doing no damage. It wasn't hitting them, and that's why VATS was integral, I reckon, in Fallout 3.
Oh no, it
big,
was. It was. That's.
But now I'm not relying that much on VATS, because I'm liking how the shooting mechanics are in this. But still, every now and again, I just like the animation after as well. You get what I mean?
Their eyes explode. So. Okay, another topic of the game that has been in the thing. What do you think of the graphics?
Right. It's a massive, massive game.
Okay.
Right. I would... Is there such a thing called a Bethesda darling? where you love them for they can't do wrong in your eyes. So
yeah, it's the Bethesda curse. I guess.
well, I have the rose-coloured specs on for Bethesda. Now I remember
because you need to think there are games that look better and are quite big.
Yeah.
For instance, Far Cry 4. Far Cry 4 might not have to do as many things like, I don't think it's got as much AI and as much in-depth missions as it, but it does have quite a lot. And the graphics are significantly better. So why can a game like Witcher, why can a game like Witcher and thing do it and not Fallout 4? Is it because of the engine?
It could be. There is something I do recognise and see in Fallout 4. Like I was looking over, there's like one of them like motorway roads.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the vista.
Yeah.
And it looks like a fucking smudged canvas.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm thinking, what the fuck?
You've gone for the smudge paint
But
effect.
then I put on my rose-coloured specs and it's like, wow.
And it looks like
Look at the vista.
Crisis. Like,
Chris.
Yeah, fucking.
I can't,
is this 4K? It's got to be 4K.
I can't answer. You know, I'd love to have a word with the developers and see what they think, but I can't answer that question. You know, maybe their engine might need to be kind of revamped, maybe, I don't know. But
a good little news story including Fallout. What he was doing, I think one of the developers was doing a panel, and one of the fans asked him about the realism of, there's a mission where somebody's in a fridge and he lives in a fridge or something stupid, like a little side quest. And the guy and the fan was saying like how unrealistic that was. You wouldn't be able to live in a fridge. And the developer turned around and said, can we stop talking about realistic in a post-apocalyptic world? And that actually made
that's a fair comment, though, isn't it, I think?
What, by who? The developer?
Well, yeah.
Well, this is the thing. The fans were very angry of how he responded to that. And I'm thinking, it is a game, but then you've got the other argument with, well, yes, but you've got internal law, which is, even though it's an unrealistic world, you still have rules in that unrealistic world.
True, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's their vision of how they want to create this game, etc. Now, fair enough. The thing comes, you can't please everyone all of the time.
No, you can't. I think that's the number one.
You get what I mean? Yeah.
You cannot please everyone.
You know, another fanboy, or another fan might say, you know, why is there, you know, this in the game? You just got to let them create and develop and go with it. You know, go with them on that journey. You know, I don't play the game, think that, don't like that. That's not realistic or anything. But how do you take it then? Were you taking the fans' point of view more? Over than
no, I mean, I think it's a fair thing to say. I mean, at the end
it's a fair thing to say.
It's
from the fan and the.
It's a weird thing if you were gonna. It's just, I mean, I think there is such. I think internal law can be quite important because you want it to be, even though it's an unrealistic world, there are still rules in this unrealistic world.
Yeah.
That makes it more immersive.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I'm in this world. It's unrealistic, the situation, but there are still rules in this world that makes it more believable.
Yeah.
Like, in this world, people can live.
You don't want to take them out of that immersion.
Yeah. I mean, it's immersion in that reality.
Yeah.
Whereas when the reality is inconsistent with the own rules it's set in place, can be a bit weird. I mean, I'm trying to think of another example.
But again, Fallout doesn't take itself that seriously.
For instance, Uncharted 3, right? There's a bit where...
What are you saying about Uncharted 3?
yeah. Nate, come on, Nate. There's a bit where basically there's this evil...
You made me think back to when we were playing Fallout. Sorry, we saw Sully.
Yeah. Right at the beginning.
That took me out of the immersion straight away.
There's this guy in Uncharted 3. He's the main enemy. He wears a suit.
The posh... Was it the British-speaking fellow?
The British-speaking fellow. And he could just disappear. He had some sort of magic attack. Doesn't explain it. But even though you're in a world where supernatural things exist, it doesn't explain him. It just says he is British, therefore he has evil powers.
Of course he has.
he can do this. He's British, of course he can. Like, you know, of course he can disappear at will.
Yeah, they didn't explain that, did they?
No, they didn't. And also the fact that when you're sitting at the dinner table, she goes, "You're not actually." Like, they never go. She makes a comment insinuating that he isn't actually related to Sir Francis Drake. It never goes back to that at all.
It didn't.
Unless I'm missing something, but I don't think it does.
Do you think maybe loose ends could be tied up? We don't know, but in a feast end? Do you think?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean,
because we get the introduction of his brother.
Yeah.
So there might be some tie-ups there, but
I mean, another thing where internal law. I mean, you've always got to think that
law of the land.
That law and thing need to. At the end of the day, it's about what makes a game fun. Okay, so another example would be Alien vs Predator, the reboot they did on the PlayStation 3 and PC and Xbox 360. Anyway, they did a reboot, and the multiplayer was really unbalanced, right? The problem is, the multiplayer was really unbalanced because the lore is very unbalanced, because if you had 6 Marines fighting 6 Predators, the Predators would win. They can go invisible for fuck's sake.
Damn bloody right.
Do you get me? You would lose. That is the problem.
You would think so, yes.
So Fallout 4, I think it is a game where it can get a pass because allowing these wacky things to happen.
This is it. It doesn't take itself seriously. As you say as well, you're killing monsters to fucking, you know, atom bomb play. You know, it doesn't take itself.
Atom bomb.
Here we go. But yeah, that's why. Yeah, they get a pass.
Do they get so?
And they do for me because I wear my rose-coloured specs. I'm a big fan.
The Witcher, yeah?
No, it's in my pile of shame.
Yeah, right. So it would be very interesting to see how you compare the Witcher to Fallout 3. I think Fallout 3 is going to be more of a like Witcher. From what I've heard, I haven't played The Witcher 3, but from what I've heard is Witcher 3 gets a bit busy. And you're doing stuff you can't really be bothered to do. Whereas Fallout 4 has more fun side quests, which is what it's all about, I guess. It's about, you know, mainly the main things you're going to be doing in Fallout are side quests.
That's what exactly. That's what I love about it. You may have a main mission, but 8 side missions later, you're thinking, fuck, I better get back on point. You know, that's how it does it. And that's what I love about Fallout. Love it. Do you reckon I love it?
Yeah, I think you do. So any other points you want to bring up before we move on to our next topic?
With Fallout 4, again, just the atmosphere it sets. Because you gave me homework one night, I had to play it with headphones.
Okay.
And I turned off the Pip-Boy, like you can tune into the radio stations and like listen to the music. I actually let the actual game, you know, score cut in.
Suck you in.
And just like Skyrim, fantastic score or music, whatever you want to call it.
Skyrim, there's only one moment when it's like when you see a dragon, it's like.
Mate, I asked the missus to buy me the Skyrim CDs.
Yeah.
There was like 4 CDs.
Yeah.
There are like 8 songs that I love, and it's all of them.
Is that why every time you come through the door you just hear the theme music?
Yeah, but you had a beard.
Yeah.
What happened?
So.
But yeah, that's all I want to say as well. Just I'm immersed. For me, the graphics. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you think, hello. Like again, I went past one of the tanks and it looked like a pastel fucking image of a tank kind of thing.
It looked like you were trying
but then
it.
all I did was put on my rose-coloured spectacles and play the game because it just gives me so much enjoyment. So
okay, that's good. Right, so that was Fallout 4. Remember to subscribe to AddictedToPixels and tweet at us. Yeah, hopefully.
And Bugsy out.
Bobby out. See ya.
See ya.